Good to have you back with the news. 3 students have been killed in student violence-related incidents in Leh over a span of 24 months. Now, that doesn't include the number of students who are badly injured. Over the last 3 years, our Leh Bureau has been following closely the instances of student violence in Leh schools. And over those years, measures taken to address the problem have turned out to be unsuccessful. EMTV's Edwin Fidelis has tonight's EMTV News special report from Leh.
2 years ago, Daniel Pasingan, a grade 11 Bugandi secondary school student, was stabbed in a student violence-related incident. He died at the Engau hospital a few hours later. 6 months following Daniel's death, Tobias Ombi and Dimas Dobi were shot by police during an attempt to disperse another student violence at Leh's Erico shopping center. Dimas was injured and recovered. Tobias died from a bullet wound to his neck. 2 weeks ago, another student from Bumayong Secondary was stabbed. He also died a day later at Engau Hospital. In another incident 2 months ago, a conflict between Leh Secondary School and Bumayong students resulted to properties destroyed and commuters injured during the altercation. The issue of school fights is not only an internal issue for the Morobe province. It has become a national concern. Its impact is degrading. Morobe is known for student violence. School authorities say that many tertiary institutions will refuse students from Leh city schools. On numerous occasions, provincial education authorities and school boards have issued warnings to expel students who take part in school groupings. But all that has turned out to be failed attempts to curb these activities in Leh schools. Many have called for proper research done to identify the root cause of the problem.
I don't think there is enough understanding there, because there has never been any awareness being carried out among or within the students and teachers and the community. So if we want to go down to the root cause of the problem, we need to carry out major awareness within the school.
A research on the school fights funded by the Leh MP Lujaya Koza hasn't been released yet. It contains recommendations on how the issue can be dealt with. Yesterday, the Morobe governor, Kelly Naru, reaffirmed the provincial government's stand on school fights in Leh.
Provincial government position is straightforward. Cabinet has resolved that we will have a zero tolerance attitude on school fights, cult activities, drug-related activities, pornography, any antisocial behavior in all the schools in Morobe province.
He says he has authorized school boards to terminate rogue students involved in any form of student violence. This comes after a recent visit by the Education Minister, Nick Kuman, who also expressed disappointments on how the issue is being dealt with.
You know that these things are happening in the schools. How do we manage those things in the country? Whilst the government on the other hand is trying to educate the children, on the other hand we have attitude problems and with moral issues in the school. And this is where the discipline comes in.
While parents and public have viewed the ongoing school fights as an internal issue for the school's administration to deal with, many say it should be taken as a crime and not only as a school's internal issue. Students found involved in these activities, both in the school and out of the school, must be arrested, charged and imprisoned. The Provincial Education Authority on various occasions said there aren't any long-term solutions set in place. More delays in finding the root causes of the problem would mean more violence in Leh schools and less chances of students to get selected into tertiary institutions. Edwin Fidelis, National EMTV News, Leh.